Very good morning, children. In yesterday's part of the lesson, we learned about the male reproductive system. What are the parts associated with that, and what are produced, what are male gametes, all that we have learned. So, let us recall once. The male reproductive system consists of a pair of testes and a pair of tubes which are given off from the testes and penis. So, testes are said to be the male reproductive parts, and they are going to produce large number of microscopic single celled gametes or male gametes, we can call them, which are called as sperms. So the sperms which are produced by the testis are carried through the seminal ducts, and they are going to be sent out of the body through penis. Is it clear? And the sperm, if we see, it contains three important parts: head, middle piece and tail. So head contains nucleus which carries genetic material, and middle piece, it connects the head with the tail, and in the middle piece you can observe the mitochondria which is said to be reserve food, reserve energy. So till it reaches the female body, that sperm reaches the female body, to make that sperm to survive, that mitochondria is going to provide energy. Then the tail, long structure, tail which is given off from the middle piece, and the tail is going to help in the reaching of a ovum in the female body till it reaches the female body. So that tail is going to help. So like that, here three important parts are seen in the sperm, which is said to be a male gamete. So let us keep all the points here once. That sperm points. Sperms are male gametes produced by testes. Then the sperm contains three important parts: head, middle piece and tail. Head contains nucleus which carries the genetic material. Middle piece connects the head with tail, and the middle piece contains the mitochondria which is providing energy source for the or reserve food for the sperm to survive. And the tail helps in movement because it has to reach the female reproductive system. And on the head we can observe a cap-like structure which we call it as acrosome, and that is going to help in the process of fertilization. Is it clear? So it has to reach the egg and it has to enter inside. The genetic material has to enter inside the egg, that is female gamete. So that is happening because of acrosome. So millions of microscopic male gametes are produced, so which we call them as sperms. So like that, here you learn about the male reproductive system. So today we learn about the female reproductive system. So this female reproductive system also, if we observe three parts, three important parts we have to observe, or we can observe. What are they means? First one is said to be ovaries, a pair of ovaries, and fallopian tubes, and third one is a uterus. So these are the three important parts which are present in the female reproductive system. So female reproductive system, if we observe the diagram, So these are fallopian tubes, and we are observed here ovary. So now let us label the parts. So this tubular portion, fallopian tube, and a pair of ovaries. Ovary I will write. Then this portion is the uterus. Uterus. Is it clear to you? So now where these ovaries are present. So just now I said that ovaries are the female reproductive organs, and these ovaries are present, or the female reproductive system is present in the abdominal cavity of women, and just below the navel of a woman. So because we are unisexual. Is it clear to you? So a pair of ovaries are present, one on either side in the abdominal cavity, just below the navel, and the ovary is ovaries are right and left ovaries are present, and a pair of fallopian tubes are given off. So this fallopian tube, what it is going to do, and so this fallopian tube is allowing sperms to reach the for fertilization process, and there is a funnel-like structure which we call it as duct, oviduct we call it as. Is it clear to you? Then, so the ovary whichever is releasing ovum, that is going to be collected through the oviduct, and it passes here in the fallopian tube. The fertilization process is going to happen. After the fertilization, the zygote whichever is formed, that fusion of a male gamete sperm with female gamete egg released by the ovary is going to happen in the fallopian tube. After the fertilization, it is going to reach the uterus. So now let us recall the parts once again. The female reproductive organs are a pair of ovaries, a pair of fallopian tubes, and uterus. Is it clear to you? Then they are present just below the navel of women in the abdominal cavity. Inside they are present, whereas male reproductive organs, they are present, testes are present outside the body. Then ovaries lie inside the abdomen, inside the body cavity they are present. So this is a left ovary and this is right ovary. Okay, and each ovary is given off with a funnel-like structure which is helping in collecting the ova released by the ovary. So that one we call it as oviduct, and oviduct is given off as a tubular portion which we call it as fallopian tube. Fallopian tube. Have you followed? So after that, what you have to remember, a sac-like structure is present which we call it as uterus, where the baby is going to develop. Is it clear? So like that, here these are the reproductive parts of the female reproductive system. So now here in male reproductive system, you learned that millions of sperms are produced by the testes. Like that you learned. Whereas in female body or in female reproductive system, each ovary, okay, so in 1 month, one ovary, left ovary, if it is releasing egg, In the next month, the right ovary will release. Means what? Only one egg will be released or one ovum is released. Have you followed? So, means more number of sperms are produced. Whereas ovaries, one ovum or egg is released. Is it clear to you? So, like that here, one egg is produced every month, like by left ovary, next month right ovary, like that they are going to release. And the ovum, if we see how it will be, means ovum is circular in shape, round, we can observe, and it contains the animal pole and vegetal pole, and nucleus is present, nucleus which carries genetic material, and other portion it contains the what is that nourishment material which provides nourishment to the female gamete. Have you followed? That is the ovum. Is it clear to children? Just like sperm, as you learn, the sperm is said to be what is that single cell. Even egg is also, that female gamete is also single cell. Have you followed? Single cell. What does it mean, single cell? Only one set of chromosomes are present. Okay. So, after the fertilization, whatever that zygote, whichever is formed because of the fusion of male gamete with female gamete, so the zygote will have two sets of chromosomes. Okay. So, that we will learn in higher classes. So, now here the sperms are male gametes which are produced by the male reproductive system, and they are single celled. Okay, and here if we see, just like male reproductive system, the female reproductive system, ovaries are producing ovum. This ovum is also a single cell which is round and or circular in nature. When compared with the sperm, it is larger little bit in size. Okay, so one ovum is released. Okay, then this ovum contains animal pole and vegetal pole. So, in the animal pole, we can observe the nucleus or genetic material, and in vegetal pole, nourishment is present. Reserve food will be present, which is going to provide nourishment to the egg. Is it clear to you? Then, so now what is going to happen here? So, first step of reproduction, if we see, fusion has to be carried out. We learned in the sexual reproduction points. Okay, gametes are produced. What are the gametes? Male and female gametes are produced. So, when male and female gametes are produced by males and females, so now the gametes whichever are produced, they have to fuse. Means fusion has to be carried out. What do we call that fusion? Fertilization. Is it clear? So, fertilization is going to be happening. So, now the egg is going to be fused with the sperm, which is said to be the male gamete. So, now the ovary, whichever is releasing the egg, it is collected through the oviduct into the fallopian tube, and the sperm also will reach the fallopian tube of female reproductive system, where the fertilization is going to happen. So, after the fertilization, what will happen? That zygote is formed. So, I will write here sperm plus ovum is equal to zygote. So, this process is called as a fertilization. This process is called as a fertilization. So, now in the fallopian tube, the process of fertilization is going to happen. So, after the fertilization, the zygote whichever is formed, which is said to be in diploid condition, 2n number of chromosomes, 2 sets of chromosomes are present. Okay, in the zygote. So, this is a zygote. So, what is going to happen to that zygote? The zygote is going to be transferred to the sac-like structure of the female reproductive system, and that one we call it as a uterus. Is it clear to you? So, uterus is said to be the part which is said to be muscular in nature, and where the further development of the zygote is going to happen. Have you followed? So, zygote is going to develop into baby. Is it not? So, that baby development is happening in the muscular sac-like structure which we call it as uterus. Have you followed, children? So that is going to happen. So that single egg whichever is released by the female reproductive system, that is ovary, is going to be fused with the sperm. So even this also is covered with layers like this, and then the sperm reaches. So it is going to, with the help of acrosome, it pierces and it reaches the genetic material, and this nucleus also, this genetic material in the sperm is going to reach here, and the fertilization is going to happen. So that results in the formation of a zygote. So where that process of fertilization is going to be carried out? Yes, inside the body of female. Is it not? So now what do we call that? Process of fusion of male gamete with female gamete inside the body of female, when it is taking place, it is called as a internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. Is it clear to you? So inside the body of female, the fertilization process and the development of baby is happening. So as the fusion of male gamete with female gamete results in zygote is happening inside the body of female, so it is called as a internal fertilization. Is it clear? So now let us learn this process of production of male and female gametes, then the fertilization process, how it is going to happen, that we will discuss. So I hope you understood the parts of female reproductive system, and so where the baby is developing, and what are the important parts means ovaries. So ovaries are the female reproductive organs which produce ova or eggs. Then tubular portion which we call it as fallopian tubes, and collecting duct is there which we call it as oviduct. Then uterus. So inside this uterus only the baby is developing for 9 months. Okay, afterwards only the baby is delivered. Is it clear? So as the fusion is going to happen inside the body, so it is called internal fertilization. Is it clear to children? Then now let us learn it with the help of flow chart, that process of fertilization. Male and female. So male, they are going to produce their male reproductive organs. What are the male reproductive organs? Can you remember and tell the answer? Yes, you are right. Testes. It's not? Testes are the male reproductive organs. So just like that in females, what are the reproductive organs? Ovaries. Ovaries. Okay. Then what do these testes produce? Male gametes. What do we call them? Sperm. So sperms are produced by testes. Then what these ovaries are going to release? Female gametes. We call them as ova or eggs. Is it clear to you? Then now the sperms are produced and ova is there. So now what we have to do? So now this process, the fusion, we are going to show here fertilization process that results in the formation of a zygote. So zygote is formed. Is it clear to children? What do we call that process of fusing sperms with the ova? That one we call it as a fertilization. Fertilization. So because of fertilization, what is the resulting cell formed? zygote. Is it clear to you? So that zygote, whichever is formed, it is going to be developing in the uterus, and finally that zygote is going to be resulted in a baby. Is it clear to you, children? So these are the different points which you have to remember in the process of fertilization. Is it clear to children? So male reproductive organs are testes which produce sperms, and female reproductive organs are ovaries which are producing ova or eggs, and the sperms are going to fuse with the eggs or ova, and the process of fertilization is going to happen, which results in the formation of zygote. Okay, so this sperm and ova are said to be single celled because they contain only one set of chromosomes, and zygote is a diploid cell. So diploid means two sets of chromosomes are present, whereas this sperm and ovum haploid cells. Suppose that haploid, diploid, single set or one set or two sets that of chromosomes you will learn in higher classes. Is it clear to you? So the zygote is developing in the uterus and the baby will be delivered. So what do we call that? Development of baby in the mother's womb for certain period of time. Is it not, children? What do we call that one? That is called as a gestation period. Gestation period. So the development of zygote into the baby inside the uterus of female reproductive system is called the gestation period. So how many days? 280 days. 270 to 280 days. 270 to 280 days or 9 months. So the baby is developing in the mother's womb for 9 months. So everyone is developed in mother's womb, and we are not taking care of our parents. Is it correct on our part? So we have to take care of parents, or we have to give respect to the parents, especially mother. God is not everywhere, so He created mother. You have to take care of your mother. You must give respect to your mother. Is it clear? So in old days we are not supposed to leave them. So because she is giving birth to everyone in this world. Is it not, children? Human beings. So for 9 months the baby is developed inside the mother's womb. So that period of development of baby from zygote is called as a gestation period. Have you followed? So then coming to the next points here. So you can learn it as a gestation period or pregnancy period also we can call it. Gestation period means what I said? Development of baby from zygote in the uterus of the mother is called a gestation period. It is also called as pregnancy period, and it is about 270 to 280 days, and it is also of 9 months time. Is it clear to you? Then now after the what is that delivering the baby, we look like our parents. Is it not? You look like your parents or grandparents. So you will be listening that your parents will be telling he is just like grandfather or grandmother, or like mother or father or atta, like that they will be telling, or mama, like that. Is it not? Have you observed? So how it is happening? Those characters genetically they are carried from parents to the offsprings, parents to the children. Is it clear to children? So like that here we are you are going to learn. But some of the animals, if we see, the fusion of male gamete with female gamete is going to happen outside the body. Is it clear? If the process of fertilization is going to happen inside the body, inside the body of female, then it is called internal fertilization. Examples, give examples for internal fertilization. So just now you learned human beings, then cow, goat, horse, sheep, dog, cat. Have you observed any time the female dog or female cat or any other animal giving birth to young ones? So it is amazing to observe. Is it not? So it such a divine thing which is created by God. Is it not? So you must respect everybody in these aspects. Is it clear? Every in this world we have to respect women and men, father and mother, parents. Is it clear to children? So, but some animals, if we see, the process of fertilization is going to happen, fusion, that is fusion of male gamete with female gamete is going to happen outside the body or in the water it is happening. So that one we call it as a external fertilization. Is it clear to you? External fertilization. So external fertilization is the process of fertilization where it is taking place outside the body of female. So that one we call it as external fertilization. Usually it takes place in water. So now what do we call that? In which animals we can observe? Fish, frog, fish, frog, or insects. Insects internal fertilization only. Is it clear? So these in fish and frog, this process of external fertilization is going to happen. So frog, if we observe, frogs also, male and females, they are unisexual, and when time comes for the frogs to reproduce, we know that in the month of October, September, as the water bodies are filled with water, that is the breeding period for frogs. So the male frog is going to catch hold of the female frog, and the female frog is going to release eggs into the water. On them, the male frog is also going to release the sperms where the fertilization is happening in water. So that one we call it as a external fertilization, fish and frog. So in the previous part of the lesson, that in human beings what you learnt, internal fertilization is going to be carried out and the zygote is completely developing in the mother's womb, and after the delivery we are going to be resembling our parents, our grandparents or our ancestors like. But here the resulting zygote, in due course of time it is going to develop and all parts are slowly going to be developing. Then you know that finally the adult one, the young one will be observed. Is it clear? So now that one we call it as a metamorphosis. So the zygote whichever is formed because of the fusion of male gamete with female gamete in the water, maybe because of fish or frog which are releasing male and female gametes into the water, and after the fertilization the zygote is not directly resembling the parent, whereas after the birth in human beings or any other cow or goat or any other animal, after they give birth to young ones they resemble their parents. But here in these animals like fish or frog, they are not going to be resulting. That zygote is not going to be resulting. So in due course of time it is going to develop all its parts, then only it will be resembling its parents. So that development of egg or the fertilized zygote into the adult one is called, or young one is called as a metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. So what do you mean by metamorphosis? The development of a zygote which is formed or which is developed because of the fusion of a male gamete with female gamete. So that zygote is continuously changing in due course of time, attaining its parts, and finally it is going to resemble the parent. Is it clear? So but the zygote or the other stages, they are not at all going to be resembling. So that development is called as a metamorphosis. So in 7th class you learnt what is that life cycle of silk moth. Huh? Do you remember? So the eggs are laid by females. So the egg will hatch into larva. Is larva resembling the silk moth? No, no. Then larva will develop into, it changes into cocoon. So inside that cocoon shell, the moth is going to develop, that larva undergo changes. Finally, the cocoon, it opens, it breaks, and the moth is going to be observed. Is it not? Egg is not going to resemble the moth. Larva is not going to resemble the moth. That is that adult, or the pupa is not. So different stages you are observing. So that complete developmental stages, egg, larva, pupa, and imago are adult. So that one we call it as a here metamorphosis. Is it clear? So like that here, in the external fertilization, this metamorphosis is going to be observed after the complete development. We are going to see that whichever is going to be seen or like a parent. Is it clear? So, but initially the larva or the egg or pupa, they will never resemble. One more point here. What is that point?